Good evening, welcome back to Frostpunk. My original plan for today was to play some Final Fantasy VIII, then I had to go to work, so that didn't really work out. I figure then, with the remaining time I have this evening, I might as well continue the endurance run of Serenity mode in Frostpunk. Our city's pretty much fully automated at this point. We've got 26 automatons now. To the point where I now have 4 of them working on coal thumpers and a bunch of them working on gathering huts just to continue our coal income, because we have all of our heaters at max temperature and we're still 10,000 coal a day in the green. Like, we literally can't make things hotter as far as I can tell. Which is probably good, given there's going to be some storms coming. We've got a lot of resource depots, to the point where like the game is actually having trouble with the frame rate sometimes if you go up to that side of the town. And our scouts are still going out looking for more relics. We've currently got 4 of 15. I'm looking for more of them, because there's a trophy for getting all 15. So that's pretty much why we're still playing the game at this point, is just so our scouts can continue to hit objectives. Hopefully find some more steam cores, because I want to get even more automatons. Like, I'd also like to get some hothouses, so I can replace the hunters hangars we currently have. Because our hunters hangars are currently our main source for food income. Now, we do have... We've got a stockpile. We've currently got 2 months worth of food rations. But, you know, you can never really have too much, can you? So at the moment, pretty much all of our workers are employed. I think every single worker we have is employed in a hunter hangar. 330 of them. Roughly. Hang on, there's 330, shouldn't we all be 10s? 5 of them must be working somewhere else. I'm not going to worry about it. We have 127 kids who can't work. They are all in kids' shelters. We've got engineers in our house for healing, in our faith keepers, and in the infirmaries we have. Because we've got quite a lot of stuff like field kitchens and cookhouses. But yeah, basically what we're doing now is we're just exploring the Frostland every time it resets, trying to find as many relics as we can, and steam cores, so we can get more automatons. And then once we get more automatons, we can also try and get some hothouses, so we can take our workers off of work. Like, ideally, you know, like, eventually, we'll have enough automatons that we can have them on hothouses and cookhouses. And also on the infirmaries we have, that like none of our 600 people will have to actually work. They can all just be idling in their homes, safe, warm and fed.
Night is coming. Put down your
But pretty much all we're doing now is just fast forwarding through the day. Occasionally we use the temple's abilities to raise hope, because hope steadily goes down, despite having a fully automated city where everyone is perfectly warm, happy and fed. Hope still goes down for some reason. Okay, we've found everything that's down here. There's still that one down there. But we may as well get the relic from there. We can venture back out for that. We have 10 days after all. Any more laws we can get that would be of use? We don't want to get the public penance or righteous denunciation, because they're just not really needed. Like, they're kind of steps towards fascism a bit further down the path than we really want to go, especially stuff like this where, you know, causes injuries and raises discontent. I never did get ceremony funerals. Sure, let's go with that. Where we've only had like 6 people die over the entire campaign. But hey, let's make things even better. Oh, and we have no research going, because we have no workshops, because we've researched the entire tree. And having workshops would be functionally worthless. I mean, heck, we have a factory that has nothing going on in it because we have 100 prothesis and no steam cores to make more automatons, so. But yeah, pretty much what we're going to be doing tonight is just exploring and exploring. Yeah, you can get that dreadnought. And occasionally when we find a dreadnought that has a relic in it, we're going to spend a whole 100 wood and 50 steel to safely get a relic. Which, given we only have 31,000 wood and almost 10,000 steel, you know, it's a small price to pay, but it's fine. Or steel. I was really hoping for steam cores. Alright, I had that question mark down there. I mean, really, steam cores and relics are the only things we actually need from our scouts. Like, all of the rest of our supplies, we're literally swimming in them. We need a steam core for that one. Even for now, let us dismantle one of our 7 billion automatons we have that we don't need and get a steam core for that. I didn't think getting relics would require steam cores down the line. If it did, I'd have kept some in spare. But that's okay, like, we're already swimming in coal, and a lot of our automatons are literally just on coal thumpers, so they have something to do. Hi, we can just dismantle a couple of our automatons so we have steam cores for these relics. Gwynna's being very suki tonight. I was gone for the entire day at work. Yes. You'll be able to hear her rubbing her face off the headset. She's currently just sitting on my chest. Ow. It's my chest. Yep. Putting your claws in. Nice. We need to pick 2 of our automatons and disassemble them. Hang on, I disassembled 2 automatons and I got 1 steam core. It's because the factory got steam cores that automatically build in our automaton. Yep, okay, just don't, thanks. Yep, go ahead, export safely. Don't be clawing at my face. It's very rude. Yeah, like I say, this stream is mostly just going to be us fast forwarding time until our scouts find things. Yep, another steam core. Well, we've got plenty of automatons to spare. I suppose we have plenty of workers to spare as well. We could theoretically just, you know, have scouts risk their lives, but then if they die, you have to send another scout out there. Might even do something like destroy the relic if you do something stupid. Yeah, it's just safer to spend the steam cores. Besides, it's not like we're going to be massively impacted by that given we have 200,000 coal and we're using 20 a day, and we still have 8,000 profit a day. Okay, so we've explored most of those icons. And I'll get going south, so. Careful with the quads. Ow, ow.
The work shift starts.
Oh. Winner's looking for more attention now. Hey, Winner. There you go. Door's open. Probably going to get some more food. She was pretty hungry when I got in from work. Right, other scouts, you may as well head south as well, because we're likely going to find more things down there to investigate. Another buried dread. Cool. Well, at least we're getting plenty of relics. But that means we're going to have to dismantle another automaton. It can be a little bit tricky to select automatons sometimes. Yeah, we found another dreadnought, yep. Now we have just 23 dreadnoughts, or automatons, sorry. Whatever will we do? Yeah, the coal mine doesn't have anything to do because we're at capacity now. As are the steelworks. As are the wardrobes. Well, that's fine. We'll just sit at capacity. What else are we going to do? We could spend some more resources to build some more resource depots, but I mean, honestly, at this point, given that the game has been chugging along a little bit with the frame rates, there's probably not much need to have even more of those resources.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming. Move. Time to get to work.
Yeah, time to get to work when most people have nothing to do. Hi, Loon. What's up? I suppose coal is never going to say full because you're always going to be burning a little bit in the generator, even if you are massively in the green. More raw food. Alright, have the dreadnoughts up. Like at this point, this endless game is pretty much just going because we want to get the trophy for Archivist, and I want to be able to read the stuff that's in the archives. But what I'll say is, like, if this is boring you, and it might, because, you know, it's not super interesting to play, because simply this is the only part of the game we're doing is the scouting. I will do a separate video of the stuff in the archives once I actually, you know, unlock it all. So you can always come back to the channel and see that another time. I don't know what the capacity is on Steam cores. I can tell there is a limit to them, but I can't imagine ever having spares. And everyone's still comfortable because we have the best possible heating. Like I say, we could always dismantle a couple more automatons, get them on hothouses, get more raw food in. We have 4,000 raw food spare, and we have 2 months worth of rations. Sorry, 3 months worth of rations. So I think we'll be okay. Oh, that one's only wood and steel. Oh, alright. I'm glad they don't all cost Steam cores. Only a couple more places to explore to the south. If I actually did build a hothouse, how much food it will actually generate? I need 2 steam cores to have that. 70 raw food a day. It's 140 meals a day. How many meals do we need? 700 a day. So we'd need 140, 280, 420, 560, 700. Yeah. So you need 10 steam cores just for the hothouses. And for the automations to be able to do anything with them too. Nope, that's it. No more. Okay. Everyone home's up. There's nothing else to explore this time. Bring everyone home for the duration of the next one in 4 days' time.
End of shift. Go rest all who can.
Didn't leave those 4 gathering posts working on those. Dismantle all the rest of them. And what we can do then is just have 4 automatons on the gathering huts. When you're out of resources, we stick them on the steam hunters. When they fill up, we stick them back in the huts. And that will keep our coal input coming still in the green, despite the fact that we also have 230,000 to spare. And now we can get some of these automatons dismantled. And then we can get some hothouses. And then that way we can take the majority of workers off of here. So we don't have to worry about dismantling them when we have the storm coming.
Night is coming. Put down your troops.
Our scouts are home, they need to wait for 3 days before they can go back out again after the next storm and find more relics. Apparently I still have 15 workers working somewhere. I have no idea where. They're both automated. Maybe the 15 are the scouts. Yeah, that makes sense, it'd be the scouts.
Wrap up well. The frost is here.
There's a storm on the horizon. Storm on the horizon, yep. Well, all of our scouts are already home, we've already explored everything this session, so that's fine. So now I need to find idle automatons.
Get going. Time
See, I kind of hope that would actually show me the idle automatons on the map, so I'd be having to hunt around for them. I'm really disappointed I have to dismantle some of these when they have such great names, but... The Green Greenlander is a great name. So we'll get 2, because we'll keep 2 steam cores in our possession, just in case we need them for more of the wrecks. Coal's still in the green, and we still have a massive amount to spare. And hopes went down again for some reason, so let's go ahead and use some of our food to boost it all back up again. So these are generating 7.7 an hour. Okay, so we have no workers, we just have 2 industrial hothouses. Apparently they're getting us 185 food ration per day. Which then is doubled. So 185 would be 365, would be 740 meals a day. So yeah, we actually have enough with just 2 industrial cookhouses. How did I get my maths wrong? The doubling, because 1 food ration becomes 2 cooked meals. Or 1 raw meat becomes 2 cooked meals. So we only need 2 industrial hothouses. And we don't need any of these hunter huts anymore. Not a single one. Well, we're not going to dismantle them now because the storm's coming. We'll dismantle them afterwards. People can just sit in their houses. Yeah, just finally get your bow steam cores back. I could probably downgrade my wall drills to get more steam cores. What I could do. Because yeah, we don't need an automaton on wood because we've got plenty of wood. So yeah, we can be a little more efficient with our steam core usage here. Like at the moment now we've got 5 idle automatons. But once the storm is gone, we'll dismantle all of our hunters' huts because we don't need them. And we can probably rejig this central area to be a little bit more space efficient, because like for instance we have a lot of child shelters. I'm pretty sure some of those are entirely empty. Does everyone have access to a place of prayer? Where's one of our places of prayer to see? Almost all, say. So we can make that all. Minus 90. This is what the benefit is of having no one over here, is we can now just turn all the heaters off over here. Kick it into overdrive, keep everyone comfortable and warm overnight. Okay. Let's get out there and get scouting the next set. Oh, we can take it back off overdrive now because we got through the storm. Let's turn these heaters back on for the time being and then dismantle all those huts because we don't need them anymore. We can dismantle this as well to get more steam cores, because we don't need that much wood income.
Get to work. Move, people. There's plenty to do.
That pauses when you go into dismantle mode. That's a shame. But I also figure at least if I dismantle these buildings, it might help the frame rate a little bit, given it chugs a little bit sometimes. We do have a lot of resource depots. But yeah, we can get rid of that because we can get the steam cores back from us. Steelworks don't get us back steam cores because we didn't use steam cores, did we? No. Theoretically, you get some steam cores out of the mines, given we're getting plenty of coal from the thumpers. We'll see how we get on once we dismantle these heaters over here and see what our coal output's like. We might be able to get rid of one of the coal mines, getting our couple of steam cores that way. Because what I might just do is dismantle the roads over here, use this to like rebuild all of the housing, so I can then just delete everything here, and kind of start over by having all the infirmaries and House of the Healing in the centre, and circling out into just nothing but houses afterwards, with some place of prayers mixed in. You know, just to make it more pleasant to the eye. All completely unnecessary. It's worth restating over and over again. It's literally just, I'm doing it for the walls. So if I build houses over here, it's a little bit space inefficient, but that's fine because it doesn't really matter. Crucially, we need to have enough housing for everyone to get over here, such that I'll be able to delete all the houses in the middle, such that then people won't be out in the cold while I'm busy landscaping the centre for my own aesthetic pleasing. I'm not even sure how many houses I really actually need. I imagine 70? Hey, Winner. How you doing? We definitely don't need that much in the way of wood income. We do still need a small bit where we're at storage capacity. So let's take the automating off. Let's dismantle it to get our 3 steam cores back. And then let's just build a less good one. a regular old wall drill will do the job just fine. Hey, Winner. What's up? You looking to go back out again? Hey there. You're a good kid. You heading out again for a bit? You can if you want. She's thinking about it. Good girl. Come back soon. And she's headed out for a little bit. Of course, now I need to keep an eye on the doors and window to see when she wants to come back in. So those houses are all very comfortable and warm? They sure are. Coal input has dropped. Despite the fact we still have automations on all of those. Ah, those coal piles are now empty. No gatherable resources in range. See. There's a stockpile there. It's kind of hard to select sometimes with it being a small building.
Get going. Time to earn your bread.
The coal will last for 20 days in the current situation. It's probably fine. We could probably take an automated off one at Steelworks. 14 steel an hour per day. It's still plenty for what we're actually spending. We really don't seem to be finding any more steam cores. Shame. Still, we've already managed to be more efficient with the ones we have now, so... Yeah, that's plenty of spare housing. So... we need to leave the houses in the inner ring, because we can't dismantle the stockpile. So it's always going to be a full circle all the way around. Okay. Then the next ring is going to be slightly deeper. So we have 2 infirmaries there. And we have a lot of child shelters that don't have any kids in them. We have 127 kids. How many kids can get in a child shelter? 15? Not actually sure. Is it because of the time of day? No, it's still fine. Are any of the kids in shelters? Because I made a law about it, and then none of them appear to actually be there. In any of the kids' shelters I built. Can I just dismantle all the kids' shelters and have no repercussions? It kind of looks like it. Okay, so we're not going to be able to delete the infirmaries because we need to keep those in place. And we're not going to be able to delete the Faith Keepers because we only have one Faith Keepers in the vicinity. But that's okay because they're the right size for what we're going to have around them anyway. So those can stay. We have a House of Prayer. We might need another House of Prayer over here to get these houses affected. But we're deleting those child shelters, so we can probably put our House of Prayer down there once they're deleted. Now we've deleted a whole bunch of kid shelters. It's 15 kids per shelter. See, there are some kids in there now. Oh, time to look at the scouts again. Okay, so we also have the factory on this line. So cookhouse there, but we can dismantle that because we have plenty of food for the moment. Dismantling cookhouses actually impacts. Yeah, we can keep the shrines. They're going to be on streets for the most part, so not going to be an issue. We're building what we want to build. So those buildings are all going to stay where they are. The factory can come out of there because we don't need it for anything at the moment. We can always build a factory again on the outskirts because we can have an automated pilot that whenever we need it. But yeah, we're not going to be making any more automatons for a while. We could probably get rid of the House of the Healing if we just keep a couple of infirmaries because we have nothing else for engineers to do. Cool, still fine. Plus, once we get rid of all these heaters and all these houses, it'll be back to the way it was. Keep exploring. Okay, so first ring is good. Second ring has 2 infirmaries, followed by the Faith Keepers. And there's a House of Prayers there. So we might need more houses of prayer. So we want to cover all the ones in the center there. Okay, we can get rid of the field kitchen for now as well. So let's build the infirmaries, because we know we're going to have at least one more infirmary there. Now, because of the fact we have all of the temperature stuff researched, we probably can get by with just 3 infirmaries, because people haven't gotten sick for a very long time. It's also one of those things that was always better to have more infirmaries than you're likely to need. I found Dreadnought, nice. It's better to plan. Failure to plan is planning to fail. That's what I always heard. And build a street there. Now, what else do we need that would fit on that sizing? We need some houses of prayers. We don't need medical posts, we don't need houses of healing, we don't need care houses. We could still use more child shelters, because we need to get at least some of those. Otherwise we could get a hothouse in there. I think a hothouse would be the right size. No, hothouses are too big, okay. So let's see where we need to put our next house of prayers. Why do we want to have it somewhere over here to the far right, where we can still cover all of the internal houses? Let's put some child shelters in there, because we do still need to build some of those. Because apparently there are some kids in them after all. Build 4. And then drop down a house of prayer. Yep, that covers all the houses on the inside. So all of the houses on the inside are now covered by houses of prayer, with just the one up here and the one down here, I think. We may need to build more or less of them as we go as well, but we can always delete a child shelter and put a house of prayer down if we need to. So we'll have 3 infirmaries in the middle. We have the faith keepers in the middle. The temple's too big to go there, so the temple's still fine where it is. We'll have to say where it is anyway. So we have a full concentric ring there. We can plant these down. Okay, we have streets built along everything we want to have there. We're going to want to dismantle this street here. That field kitchen is being dismantled. Get rid of those streets. What are you doing there, Automaton? Refilling? And we'll use these hope breathing things because they have a pretty long cooldown. And we have dropped hope a little bit from dismantling all the various churches and stuff. So we've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 60 kids in shelters. We now have 5 shelters, so. Yep, that'll work. So we can just get more shelters around here. We shouldn't need any more houses of prayer because the houses in the centre are all covered by them. Yep. So we can just fill up this middle aisle now with Kid shelters. Is that because of the shrine? It's probably because of the shrine. See, it's not quite gonna fit, is it? That's a nuisance. That's fine. Yeah, just isn't quite enough room to get a full row of those with having an extra infirmary there. If we got rid of one of the infirmaries, we could probably get another shelter in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like 150 kids worth. I think we have enough child shelters for all of the kids now. That's probably fine if it's slightly inefficient. Heck, I might even be able to delete one of those kids shelters and get a 4th infirmary in the centre. That we don't need. Again, same. We don't need any of this. I'm just doing it because I can. I mean, look at that.
Work time. Get moving.
Hey, more steam cores. Okay, so we now have all of those kid shelters built in the middle. So if we delete the kid shelters out here, that should force all the kids into the shelters in the middle. That's all of the kid shelters around the outside, isn't it? I think it is. I wish there was a way of seeing, like, hey, are all of the kids in shelters? But then see, these are saying there's no kids in them. Is that because they're out working? It's impossible to be sure. Oh, comment. 1 second there. My phone's charging, so it's all the way over here, so I can't hear it. Hi to Dustin. GG. Yo, back at ya. You've joined me quite late on the 64 in the Serenity run, where pretty much the entire city is automated, and I could have just left it be entirely, but instead I deleted all my hunters' huts, built a whole bunch of extra housing over here, so I can delete stuff in the middle, and I'm basically just redesigning and rebuilding the middle. I don't want to say because I'm bored, because I am still enjoying the city building part. I just want this to be
This game
more
worth a
efficient.
buy.
I'd say so, yeah. There's 4 main scenarios, each of which have their own unique wrinkles. There's a lot of challenge to it. Like, I found it more fun on the easier difficulty because I don't like the stress of the higher difficulties. But there's certainly plenty of challenge to it. Yeah, I'd definitely say it's worth the buy. I mean, I picked it up in the January sale for 20 quid, and I've easily gotten my money's worth out of it. Let's move on to a more comfy chair. Okay, so kids shelters. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 127 kids. That should theoretically be enough. We don't need to build any more kid shelters, as far as I'm aware.
Awesome, thanks.
No bother about it. Then the next ring is just housing, which looks what to be already just housing. So we'll build streets between these buildings just to keep everything as connected as we can do. And the next ring is just housing. Yep, that's just housing all the way around. Then the outside ring after that, we can't do anything with the archives and temple, we can't rebuild those. So the question is, how much housing can we get away with deleting? We can get rid of all of the House of Healings, because we have 3 infirmaries. We don't need these. Keep exploring. Now the question is, how much housing do we actually have in place for people at the moment? Because ideally this this next ring would just be housing with occasional places of prayer. So we place a place of prayer down here next to the archives. And that's got everyone there covered. Everyone there covered. Yeah, everyone on the next ring is fully covered. So we can place houses down along this ring next to that house of prayer. Because really houses are the only thing we really need in this ring now. So if we dismantle this one and move it ever so slightly over, If we turn these heaters off, it's only 40 degrees though, it's not the most accurate way of looking at that, is it? Yeah, 12 days before next storm, we can dismantle these heaters and rebuild them. You can strike one south. And faith again, house of prayer. So these houses need a house of prayer. And that covers all of them on the inside as well. That gives us another full ring of houses. Now, do we need any more houses of prayer to go along those areas though? Yes, because there's a couple of houses here in the centre that aren't covered.
Wrap up well. Frost is here.
Yeah, everyone's comfy, cozy and warm.
Work time. Get back to work.
Now let's get rid of those cook houses where we are. We have 3 months worth of food cooked and ready, so we can get by without them for a little while. Okay, and you guys can get up here and get this straightened up. So we need to do a quick little bit of counting here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh god. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Save 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 1, 2. So we have roughly 62 houses. We need about another 8, and everyone should be able to live inside this central area. If my math is right. So if we build an R8 along here, heck, we may as well just do another ring of houses, because it's that way we can guarantee we have enough once we dismantle all the other ones. Now, all those houses are covered. No, this one isn't. So what we can do is we can put a fuel kitchen there. Or we can just leave it empty. Let's leave it empty. We can always dismantle the hothouse.
Night is coming. Look down, Lord.
Because again, we have 3 months worth of food. And we can drop in our house of prayer there. Again, we don't need anywhere near this many streets, but hey, we have the wood to spare, and it's more aesthetically pleasing. Plus then, theoretically, people need to actually walk around, they can be more efficient in their paths, because there's streets between everything. I'll leave the heaters on in the infirmaries. When our dreadnought. So those houses on the outside are just outside the range. Yeah, I know. Just outside the range of the actual central generator. If I complete this ring around here, I can then put some steam hubs around that ring, and it should be enough to be able to heat what remains. We can then delete all these houses on the outside, and we'll have a nice semicircular city. Then in the outer ring, where the temple is making a big lump, we can have our hot houses and our cook houses. Given we only need two hot houses to provide raw food for everyone. This would be a lot faster to get the last relics and all that if I wasn't messing around rebuilding my entire city. But hey, you know, can't always be super efficient. Sometimes you just gotta dismantle everything you've built to rebuild it in a very slightly different position. One steam hub there. There's one over here by the place of prayer, makes sense. Where is the one over here? It's actually kind of hard to see sometimes exactly where it is. Because we want these to have approximately overlapping. $250 weight 100 steel. Cool. I'd expect them to all require more and more steam cores as you go, but apparently not. The game's not that cruel. 10 more days till the next one. That's the radius of the place of prayers. Right. At the moment, every house over this way is covered. In fact, those ones are even covered by the ones inside. We just need one over here. About here or so, yeah. And we should have more than enough houses now. We should be able to delete all the R houses and have everyone be quite comfy and warm inside this central ring. Or these rings around the inside, rather. We just need to build the remaining steam hubs on the outside of this little circle, and then we can get our 2 hot houses and our cook houses placed down by the temple, and that's pretty much my refits done. Then we can delete all the houses on this outer ring, delete all the houses over here, and we should still have one be quite cozy and warm. Then we can rebuild a factory as well, because we should have some steam cores to spare, especially once those scouts start coming back this one. Okay. Then we'll drop our steam hubs. Again, it's all pretty warm. Where's the current steam hub? Okay, there's one there. One there. It's about here. And about there. Everyone is quite comfortable, cozy and warm. They're only livable, really? They have those heaters right there. Oh, they're not actually built yet. No. Okay, so with our rebuilding done, we now have several concentric rings of houses, which means we can get rid of the extra houses on the outside here, because they should no longer be required. Should be surplus to requirements. What we'll do then is we will dismantle all of the houses over here. That way, if I get it wrong, and I have dismantled more houses than we need, I'll find out when I dismantle the ones in the center instead of these ones out and out. things could be described as going pretty well. 5 idle automatons, 11 spare steam cores. We do still need to use some of those to rebuild our hothouses and rebuild our factory. All of our resource bars are full. We're in decent shape. No, that's that side fully dismantled. This is the basic wall drill, which is all we need because we're already full on wood. Now if we check our economy, it should give us an idea of how many houses we have spare. Yeah, we have 500 vacant beds. So we'll go ahead and say that, yeah, we can probably destroy some of these outside houses. Okay, we've gotten everything to the south, yeah? And everything to the west. Okay, you guys just head straight for the Fisher Droxel. And more steam cores as well. Nice.
Time to rest, folks. Work's out for today.
We'll head to the Fisher's Rock as well. More precious than Steam Core. I don't know about that. I mean, information's nice and all, but I don't know. Now, there's like a couple of spots there where we don't have the perfect layout for our Steam hubs. So let's dismantle these Steam hubs. See if we can't dismantle some more buildings. Check our economy. Still have 250 vacant beds, so yeah. We can dismantle these houses over here. That's a cemetery. Right, we have to leave that there. Maybe we can leave the rest of the houses as spares. Because we have a nice little concentric circle of houses. We've built streets between all of these, yep, yep, yep. And all of these, yep, yep, yep. We'll dismantle those steam hubs there, and we'll get some more steam hubs set up around the outside to keep those outside houses warm. What's our steam output now? 7,000. So by deleting a lot of these steam hubs that we had out here for the Hunter's Hangars and stuff, and getting rid of steam hubs that were powering nothing because we had a lot of extraneous houses, we've managed to reduce our coal usage by a couple thousand. Of course, we're still going to need to build a couple more out here to replace the ones we just broke, but it's fine. Yep, we've got those streets built. We can probably knock down that care house, move it along a couple squares. Oh yeah, we need to build more shrines again once we have everything else done. Yeah, we can dismantle for now. We'll end up rebuilding them again afterwards, but that's fine. So we need to leave a cemetery, we need to build more care houses, and we need to build more steam hubs for around about this way. There's a Luna. Hey, Luna. How you doing? You happy to be home? Aww. Oh, it's freezing out there. Come here and get a warm. Here you go. Cuddle up my lap for a bit. Get warmed up. The heater's been on in here for like an hour. It's roasting. Don't tell anyone. The electricity bill will be huge. Yep, we already have a couple of hubs there. There should be more than enough steam hubs to keep everything going. I have no idea how we have hungry people, so we have 54,000 meals. I would assume that there are people who are working. I deleted all the cookhouses because we don't need to make any more food. I wonder if that means they can't eat because there's no one actually serving them. That would be kind of dumb if true. There's also been several days since we deleted all the cookhouses. Doesn't say anything about being required to eat. I suppose most people wouldn't delete all of their cookhouses, so that's also fair. Alright, it's no bother, we can drop cookhouses along the outsides. Okay, can't go over here next to where the temple and the archives are due to problems with the scaling. I suppose I can get 1, 2, probably got 2 in there. Well, we'll just put them over here. We only need like 3. Yeah, it'd be pretty funny if my city of plenty with 3 months worth of rations started starving to death because we didn't have anywhere for them to actually get the food. Yeah, there's no food processing, but we have tons of food, so it's fine. Fine, fine. Get those cookhouses built before people start getting mad. Yeah, hungry people's going down again. No, it's going up again. Going down again. Yeah, we had to have cookhouses to actually feed people. That's dumb. Also something that the game never actually mentioned, because it assumes you're always going to need cookhouses to prepare food. Because, you know, normally you don't have such a huge swathe of resources that I currently have. You actually need to have cookhouses to serve people. Could we also get a field kitchen there? Yeah, we can. That wasn't actually me pressing L2 there, that was my cat. Ah, that's pretty good. What we'll do is we'll alternate field kitchens and cookhouses, so to make sure that people are getting nice and warm while they're eating. Ow, Luna, that's my arm. Please don't claw my arm. We have one of our industrial hothouses up here, I think. Yep. We can get the R1 down here, next to the airfield kitchen. Pardon me. So we have workers in the fuel kitchens, engineers in the cookhouses. And get an automaton on each of the hothouses. That puts us well into the green for rations. Just to make sure everyone who's hungry actually gets fed. So I have 8 days left to explore, and we're already running out of places to actually explore. That's good. Now for heating, everywhere out there is perfectly comfortable.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
Probably should have an automation on the Faith Keepers. So now pretty much the only jobs anyone is doing is cooking food. We have 8 cookhouses being staffed by 5 food kitchens. Cool. Again, we could build more resource depots up this way. Do we really need to? Part of me kind of wants to start deleting these and like starting from over here and just building an entirely new set so they're all lined up neatly and concentrically. But no, that's not something we have to do. We still have 180 spare beds. Care houses, that was the other thing to do before we had to worry about people inexplicably starving to death. And our dreadnought, nice. Well, one of you can go to the dreadnought, and the other of you can go to the research outpost. Now, we can build in our couple of care houses. Not that we're particularly likely to need them, but again, better to have and not need than want and be without. Ah, no, that's fine. Have 3 care houses. Pickles. Gotta just nudge open the door and let all the heat out, huh? Ah, jeebus, it's freezing. I just wanted to get a drink. That's okay then. I wish I could trade her to close the door behind her as well. Yeah, I know there's a dreadnought. We're already on our way to it, buds. We don't really need any more care houses. What else do we need to build? We need to rebuild our factory so we can get more automated assembly. Where can we put our factory? Just fire it out here by the beacon. So we no longer have any houses of healing, but we have 3 infirmaries, which you have to keep in fact everyone's comfortably warm and not getting sick. After a redesign of our place, we're now using up 8,000 coal a day compared to 10,000 coal a day. So we're a lot more coal efficient, which is of course incredibly important when you're making 12,000 coal a day because you're at the resource cap. Okay, you can come home. Where are our guys coming anyway? 9 and 15. Getting there. So getting the automating on there and starting making more automatons. You might ask yourself, CJ, what on earth are you making more automatons for when you've got more than you actually need already? More steam cores, yeah. The answer's simple. We currently have engineers and workers on the fuel kitchens. We can't actually put automatons on the fuel kitchens. Okay, but we have people working in the cookhouses. So if we get people on the cookhouses, then we don't need the fuel kitchens to be running because the people in them won't be cold because they'll be automated. So basically anywhere people can work will be fully automated. The only other thing we need to remember to do is we need to build more shrines, because we had shrines, and then I deleted almost all of them because I deleted a lot of streets. Classically, you can also get automatons on the infirmaries, because it will free up more engineers to be able to just live out their days, cozy and warm. Also, geez, how fast is that pumping out an automaton? Pretty fast. Okay, 6:45.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming. Move. Time to get to work.
So roughly 4 hours to make an automaton. It's not bad. You get right down to it. Now, is there any point in sending out scouts for anything else? I don't think there's anything else for us to find this section. Nope, pretty much done. Archives are up to 10 of 50. So now, where are engineers working? 3 infirmaries, and the faith keepers. And that's it.
End of shift. Go rest all.
And our workers are in the field kitchens, which we can now take off. Because there's no workers in the workplaces we're next to. It's just automations. Hey, Lynn. How you doing? Maybe I'll turn on the heaters in the kit shelters as well. Probably isn't necessary, but at least it means that when it gets cold, that they'll all be quite comfortable. We don't need to put on heaters in any of the cookhouses or field kitchens because there's no one working in them. Just automations. In fact, we could probably delete the field kitchens again. We can... We may as well delete them. Actually, can we just turn off the efficiency trackers? Nope, because it doesn't actually prevent them from being shown as empty. Dang it. Well lads, you guys can come home. We've explored everything in this section. I just need to wait for the next storm. On to day 71. We've also successfully redesigned and rebuilt our entire home. So we have everything in a nice concentric circle together. And with more cookhouses we're going to need that are all fully automated. Hot houses are providing enough food per day that I think we can keep going forever. Yep, we're making 740 rations a day and we're only eating 670 of them. So. Technically, I think we could outlast pretty much anything apart from it just getting colder to the point where you can't keep people warm. Because no one has to work anymore. We only have 10 engineers working because they're in the faith keepers. Because we can't automate that, sadly. We have 15 civilians working, because there are 3 sets of scouts. That's it. We can't automate any more, really. We can still make more automations, though. Also, worth pointing out that we made like 12 automatons here, and we didn't even dent or wood and steel, because we have that much of an income from a single automaton on each of those. Well, if the archives, the next 5 relics require steam cores to dig out, we can still use 1 more steam core, and we'll still have plenty to spare. So what will we use it on? We don't need any more infirmaries, because we have 3 and no one's getting sick anyway. We definitely need more hot houses, because we're making more rations that we can use. We don't need to upgrade the wall drills because we're making more wood that we can hold. Same with the mines, are already fully upgraded. Building our factory, so that we need to make more automatons. For what purpose? We can get a large steam heated winter garden. That'd be nice, right? We'll stick that down next to the hothouse. So I said at the start of this session, where all we need to do now is just fast forward the days and have our scouts go out. But now that we've redesigned the entire city, and we can't really make it any more efficient than it is, it really is just that.
Finish your labors, people. The work day is up.
If we find more steam cores, we'll make more automatons to, we'll make more steam drills to just improve the efficiency of the things we can get, but, I mean,
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming. The work
and everyone is still perfectly comfortable. Nothing else to search this time, and there's 5 days next round. You can do it, Luna. Good girl. She's hopped up on top of the wardrobe now, where there's, it's directly over where the heater is.
Work day ends. It's time off. Work time. Get back to work. Night is coming. Put down your tools.
There's an event coming. Is it a storm, maybe? A storm has appeared in the horizon. No way. Sounds like there's another 3 days yet. Alright, let's spend a couple of steam cores upgrading these things. So.
Get to work. Move, people. There's plenty to do.
Need one more automated. So we have automations on 2 top-of-the-line drills, which can't actually get any resources out of the walls because we're not spending wood on anything. 2 automatons on top-of-the-line steelworks, which can't do anything because we're not spending steel on anything. 3 automatons on top-of-the-line coal mines, which we are, in fairness, using coal. 4 automatons on steam coal thumpers, generating 144 coal an hour each, and then being harvested by gathering huts, which again can't do anything because we're not using coal as fast as we're building it up. Almost all of our heating is off. On. Huh. Weird. It says a couple of our steam hubs are off, but I'm pretty sure I don't have any that are not off. Let's just turn all our heaters on, because why not? We can afford to. It's a complete waste of coal, because a lot of these are being run by machines. But you know what? We can afford to waste coal. We redesigned our entire city to be as efficient as it possibly could be. So then we can afford to be wasteful by having it on gathering posts. I know whether that one's comfortable and that one's chilly. And they're both being worked on by automators. Yeah, only that one coal mine is chilly. Now we're using 10,000 a day again, but we're making 4,000 more than we need to, so it's still fine. It's still fine. Yep, 10 engineers employed, 15 people employed. You know what, we could probably give the engineers a time off. Just have workers in there. And we do use these abilities because our hope has dropped because of the storm. Oh yeah, everyone should have access to a house of prayer now, right? Didn't actually think to check that. All of the people have access to house of prayer, yep. So now all we do is play the waiting game. 20 to 11. The waiting game sucks. Today'll be a good day, I can feel it. You're clearly wrong, because look at it. It's minus 90.
Work time. Get back to work.
-7 weather. It says it's comfortable, so how on earth is it disabled by the storm? It just disables hothouses regardless of insulation, even though it's only -7 from weather, +2, +6, +9, 11, +13 from insulation and technology. Right, it is 11:15 here, so this seems like a good point to save and quit on day 76. We only have 5 more things to get for the archives, and then I can do a quick little stream on its own of just the archive stuff, so that people can see that if they want to, without having to watch me play the marathon mode for like 14 hours. I think I've played it for about 7 hours at this point. Maybe 8 or 9 even. And at this point, like, there's practically no way that it could go wrong, honestly. Like, we have a fully automated city with 32 automatons, making more resources than we can feasibly spend. So, at this point, the game's pretty much just playing itself, and all we need to do is get the relics. So, I'll stream it live if you want to watch that tomorrow morning. Once that's done, then I can start Final Fantasy VIII and get a couple hours into it. But for now, thanks for watching.